Welcome to the BFD Show, hosted by Leslie Jespersen.
Welcome to the BFD Show. I'm your host, Leslie Jespersen, and today I am joined by Carly Melchert, who is just a natural, a pro at this point, and you were one of the first people that I reached out to when I started booking more of these episodes because we have had a journey, and the concept of BFD, you were present for. You have the merch. You are a certified BFD. So I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience, who you are and what makes you a BFD.
Yes. Hi. Thank you. I'm Carly Melchert, and I am the owner and founder of The Restored Soul. I'm also a certified keynote speaker. I'm a big fucking deal because I really let my intuition be my guide.
Yes.
Was I allowed to use the full word?
Yes. And also, I just have to point out how clear, how concise, how specific, and how simple that was. It's almost like you had media training.
I know. Imagine that.
So, Carly, you have had a journey that has been beautiful to witness. When we first met, actually not even in person, because I feel like we were connected for several years before we met in person. You're not from Atlantic City. You're from like the I don't know why I was going to say the fields.
Because I do. I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm surrounded by fields.
Yes. Lots of land. Yeah. And so anyway, you like found me online, which I love when that happens. And you bought makeup from me like over the pandemic.
Which is wild because I'm not a makeup person.
Yeah. So crazy. So tell me a little bit about your journey from that point. Like, where were you at that point when we first connected compared to like where you are now?
Sure. So I was in a very different role. I was not working for myself. I was running a small nonprofit organization and had like really put all of my stuff to the side. Like, it was really pandemic time when we connected. So my focus was on making sure that that operation didn't fail. And that meant putting all of my stuff to the side. I also was like staying very hidden about things that I had going on, gifts that I have, and not wanting to speak out, being afraid that if people knew about some of the things that I did, that they would not give money to the nonprofit that I was working for.
That's so true, because I remember this very specifically. I was posting Instagram stories, like selling flash sessions, like coaching sessions for starting your own business or growing your business or whatever it was. And you like voted in a poll that you wanted a session. I was just like, hey, I saw that you hit that by accident, but I just wanted to like check in. And you're like,
was this a mistake?
You're like, no, it wasn't. I need to talk to you.
Yeah. I was like, no, I actually want a session. And you were like,
for what?
Cool. I don't know what you do, but great. That's great. So I had been teaching yoga, and even that at that time was not something that was like really on anyone's radar because I had stopped teaching. And after that first session, I had start doing tarot, why would I know to ask you for a tarot session? I don't know that you do that. So you had told me to start talking about it. We did a mastermind. Yeah.
That's what yes.
Yeah, we did a mastermind.
Yes.
And I just started like doing the things that you told me to do. And I actually can think of the first time that like I put a story out there and said like, hey, I want to start offering tarot to people to bring abundance into my life. Like, didn't even just like say money, but like just said abundance. And somebody reached out right away and was like, hey, I want to have you come to a party at my shop. And I was like, fuck. Okay. All right. I don't know that I was like meant that yet. Like, I don't know that I'm ready to do that. And like, just took that chance on myself and like slowly allowed myself to begin building my business. I was like sitting in this place of not wanting to work at that job anymore.
Yeah.
but really like not sure where to go, really even feeling safe to bet on myself. Also like making other people in my life feel secure that like that stable paycheck would go away. And so I just was like slowly building, and then finally left that job to pursue the things that I love and like just really fill me up. The job that I had, it wasn't a bad job, and it was a very rewarding job, but it just was like, this is not really what I want to do anymore. And like, I'm not giving all of myself to Reiki, to yoga, to this aspect. And like, I also don't feel like I'm giving all of myself to the job that I'm getting paid for, because it's just not like, I'm just like, why am I here? I want to be there.
Yeah. It was really hard for you to be present.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also like at any time, like when I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, I wasn't thinking about the work I should do. And then when I was doing the work that I wanted to do, I was like, oh wait, we should be doing this as well for the other job. And then my mom will say that she couldn't wait for me to talk, and then I never shut up. And I've always felt like I just like really wanted to share my voice.
Yeah.
And so I decided to do the speaker training, and I blew you away with that one because you were like, what are you talking about? You want to become a certified speaker?
I have learned that this is how you operate, because it's just as intuitive as I am, like it's never on my radar that you are about to do something. You literally joined this program like 2 hours before it started or something. And I was like, all right, let me send you the link. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I am fucking obsessed with that about you. Like, because I am very different. Like I operate through telling the world, obviously, what I'm thinking. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and you operate very differently. And what is so beautiful about witnessing you in this journey of sharing that voice is you learned that your story will change. And speaking on stage, writing a keynote, really getting comfortable with like massive visibility and telling your story, like you had to learn how much of this do I want to share with the public, and how much of this am I hiding because I'm afraid? Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that experience and that transformation that you had with your own gifts, with your own story, with what happened in the past. I remember you were like, I had to go back to therapy. Like, talk about that, because I think people don't understand that it is not a straight line.
Yeah. The first, and like when you're writing a keynote, there's obviously going to be versions. Like you're going to write a draft and then it's going to change. But like the keynote that I wrote from the beginning was not anywhere close to the keynote that I ended up delivering. And like, not because I got up there and just did whatever I wanted. Like, that's not what we do. But there were so many things that happened. So like I realized in the beginning that when I was like talking about some trauma that I had experienced, when I was like trying to practice, I was back to living in that trauma. Like it wasn't as healed as I thought it was. And my husband had said to me, he's like, I don't know what your intention is to go down there and do this, but right now, like if you're selling something, I'm not buying it because you do not seem okay. Like you don't feel safe in what you're saying. So I went back to therapy to like work through it. And like, I think I scared the therapist because I had this like such powerful session where I like moved through so much that I had no expectation that that was going to happen. And then in the process, like I became a mother in a different way. That was really needed to be like part of my story.
Yeah.
Because part of leaving my job was also that like I was on this journey to motherhood and needed to take a break.
Yeah.
Because the journey that I started with and how I'm like being a mother today are not the same thing. They look different. And I also needed to be able to like share about that on stage, share about the grief that I was experiencing, and like really embodying all of it safely.
Yeah. And it was, you were well into the journey when life happened. And I think that's just really important for people to understand, like, life is still happening as we go through these visibility exercises and the process of embodying the big fucking deal. And you don't have to hide it, or you have control over how you want to incorporate that into your story. And there were things that you just were like, this is, and I talked about this with Holly too, who, you know, on her episode, like, we get to have ownership of what we share. And you did a really incredible job of deciding, okay, I've actually been dancing around this and I need to just say it. And I'm not going to say it for the first time on the fucking stage. I'm going to do it in a safe space, in a container where I can really feel, so that, you know, when your husband is listening to you, he's not like for our partners to be able to see that. And I love that he did that, by the way, just like reflect that to you. It's just a really, really beautiful thing. So I'm really, really fucking proud of you. Where you're at now, what does that look like?
I'm working on deciding, like, what my business looks like. I started the training, the speaker school training, because I really thought that I wanted to have a podcast. And I have just been like toying around with the idea of, like, I'm not a tech person. And
that's me either. That's why we're here, and I don't do any of it.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that. And so am I, like, biting off things that are too much for me? Is that the way I should be sharing my voice? Am I being a BFD by, like, doing it behind a screen? Or am I just supposed to be on stage delivering my keynotes?
Yeah.
So just, like, letting this year kind of, like, show me where I'm supposed to go, while I'm also continuing to grow and, like, expand the work that I'm doing in other ways.
Yeah, that's a really good point of, like, okay, I'm sharing my voice. What is the next step? Where am I supposed to go from here? Because we know, like, the keynotes and the big audiences, that's what we train for. And also, you could be sharing your voice in your sound healing sessions. Like, there's so many different ways that you can continue to share that. And it doesn't have to be a podcast. It could be doing things like you're doing right now and just sharing that on other people's platforms as well. And all of the work that you did kind of led up to you being able to, like, be so versatile. Like, you can, I'm sure, and this is me just guessing, you weren't freaking out on the drive here.
No,
like,
I sang the whole way down.
Right. Like,
yeah. Someone asked me, oh, what are you guys going to be talking about? I was like, oh, I don't, I mean, like, my business, but, like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, we're just going to vibe and it'll just happen. Leslie's going to just pitch me and I'll go. Like, yeah. I don't know. I was like, that's how it's going to work.
Yeah. I would love to see you talking more at your, because I attended your sound bath. Mm-hmm. And I know you let the sound do most of the work, but I think you could kind of expand. This is me just, like, off the hip. Like, I think you could expand upon that, and share a little bit of your voice in a way that serves those people there. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I will be. So I have a new partnership, and I'm bringing more of my group Reiki. So that is really going to be heavy on me using my voice and my guided meditation skills to do very trauma-informed Reiki work with a group setting. So that way no one has to be touched or feel uncomfortable with me moving around the room. So I will definitely be using my voice quite a bit for that.
I love it. What else do you want people to know about you before we end this episode?
About me?
Because you are so multifaceted. I love, you have to follow, we'll put Carly's information in the show notes. You have to follow, because Carly's stories you're just so authentically yourself. You're like a homesteading, baby wearing.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so outside of my city realm. Like when you were, we were talking about like when you were making the decisions, you're like, I saw an eagle in my yard or something.
Yes.
I'm like, you saw an eagle? Like,
No, I was like, oh my God, is that an eagle? I like remember like walking, because Leslie and I always communicate through voice note, and I was walking, responding to her, and I was like, oh my God, is that an eagle? And I just like took off running, because it's one of my signs that like this is like something you're supposed to do. Yeah, it's so funny. That was like so clear to me. What else do I want people to know?
what is your magic? I know that you said your intro, but like,
Yes.
let them feel it. Like, why does everybody need Carly?
I think because I have learned to become so comfortable being vulnerable. Am I wearing a bra on Instagram? No. Should I be? Maybe. Are you just going to see like a very real version of me that does not look like the person with makeup on here? Yes, you will just see that. And like, that's not who I was so many years ago. So like, I've gotten really comfortable with that, and just like showing you like the good, the bad, and the what in the fuck is she doing now?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Carly Melchert, I adore you. I love you. Thank you for being here. You are one of the OG BFDs.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I love you.
Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you check out all of the notes so you can connect with Carly, and we will see you next time on the BFD Show.